The cold meds have worn off. I think we're just at the part in my cycle where I need to overshare to TikTok. I wanted to say some things about me going into like my 100-day thing as a publisher, as a self-published author who is trying to quit her day job and money and stuff like that. So I think that it's really hard to anticipate how much money you're going to make as a writer because you don't for a very, 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 very long time. Again, I've been doing this for like 25 years and I wasn't even profitable this year because I sunk so much of my money back into translations and audiobooks, which obviously I'm really lucky to be in a position that I can do that. But that's because I have a day job, you know. And I think part of the reason why I want to be upfront about money here, even though people are going to be mean to me eventually about it, just mark it here because it's going to happen, is because one of the reasons I held myself back from trying to be a full-time author more thoroughly is the misogyny, the inherent misogyny. I'm still sick. My own misogyny, basically, where I didn't think that romance books could count enough to make good money. I came from like a science fiction and fantasy writing background, which you can probably tell from my stuff. And because of that, you know, we were snooty. We looked down at romance, and I did too, because like romance schmomance, you know, which was dumb. Romance is important. Romance is vital. We all need romance in our lives. I really regret having those feelings for so long now because it cut me off from a lot of avenues of learning that I could have had if I had jumped into the deep end of the pool faster. Because in science fiction and fantasy, it is it is a shallower side of the pool. Like there, of course, there's people like George R. R. Martin and stuff who are like crushing it, and all of Frank Herbert's kids. But for the most part, like romance is where there is more money to be had, and but people need to be open about things there because see, but I believe in talking about money, not because I'm gauche, but because I'm a white lady who can do so. Because I at my job where I am a nurse, I have a union. And before that, I was at a county hospital, which meant that my salary was public. Anybody and their dog could look it up on the internet if they knew my real name. And I could look up anybody else's salary and I could look up my doctor's salaries and stuff. And there's something to be said for that because I think it's important to know like who you're taking advice from and what the outer limits of things are. If I had realized earlier on how much more profitable romance could be, I would have been like, what the fuck is my mental block against this? I love this stuff. Why do I have that, you know? Not that my writing now is mercenary, but it would have helped me probably realign my priorities a lot faster earlier on in my career. And I don't regret what got me here, but at the same time, I don't want to lift up the ladder for anybody else. And I'm willing to potentially be a target in the future or have people have frank conversations with me because I'm a nurse. I'm fearless. I ask people if they're hurting. I ask them when their last bowel movement is. I have seen wounds you can stick a fist into. So I am not scared of having difficult conversations with people about business stuff, especially as it relates to women, especially as it relates to women who want to earn enough money to make a difference in their lives, which I think is super important, especially like right now with America kind of teetering on a very strange brink here. So, yeah, that's why I am going to talk about cash flow stuff because I think it's important for people to see what goes into being an author and what comes out from being an author. Again, I did not make money last year and I did not make money before that. Some of that was intentional because I knew that I was going to earn some, so I overspent myself. Um, it was intentional both times, but I wouldn't have, even though my books have been very successful, especially compared to the 10 years where I labored in silence and nobody gave a shit. Um, I don't want anybody to think that what I have done is necessarily replicable as easily as it possibly looks from the outside. I just keep reinvesting, hopefully, in what is my future career, which will be 2 and 3 years down the road because I have a very long-term plan for where I want things to go and like what my next 10 books are going to be. So I hope I have not made this any more awkward than it already was before, but I'm also willing to go there. I will talk some more tomorrow.